Hey, hey, welcome. We're live. I'm trying to figure out how to turn off the background music. That's why you see me bobbing. Oh no, I can hear my own voice like double time. Okay, there we go. All right, hello there. We are here. Day number 15, my guys, day number 15. Okay, welcome to Run Fast for Your Life, where we talk about fasting. The way that I crack myself up, I don't think it will ever get old. There's just no way. It can't. That intro cannot get old. It won't. I refuse to allow it. I'm so happy. It's just coming into the presence of the Lord and being in like your calling. You're like, okay, I got this. So my name is England R. Brown and I'm your co-host. And we have the Messiah. He's the host. And this is Run Fast for Your Life, where again, we talk about fasting. All right, so we are on day number 15, beautiful people. My goodness. We have a couple of more days to go. We're going to day 2022. Who am I trying to go back in time for? Not the old England. Tell you that. Okay, so again, welcome. Today, presentation is creating a personal fasting plan. So this presentation will guide you through the process of developing a personalized fasting plan to improve your health and well-being. Okay, let's go ahead and get the party started. Get me all set up. All right, so what we're going to be talking about is understanding the purpose of fasting. So the first we have here is spiritual renewal. Fasting helps cultivate a deeper connection with the divine, allowing for a period of reflection, prayer, and personal growth. What else does fasting do? Physical detoxification, you're dang right. By abstaining from food, the body can focus on the process of eliminating toxins and impurities, promoting overall physical well-being. And then what else are we going to talk about? Improved mental clarity. So, fasting can reduce mental fatigue, enhance focus, and provide a sense of mental sharpness, allowing for clearer decision making. So overall, fasting is a transformative practice that offers both spiritual and physical benefits to cultivate a deeper connection with the divine, purify the body, and enhance mental hit me with a word. Acuity? Let me see. Hold on. Now y'all know. Okay. This is nothing new. Hold on. I must. Definition. Okay. How do we pronounce it? We turn off the Bluetooth. Huh? What? Let me turn that up. Acuity. What does acuity mean? Sharpness or keenness of thought, vision, or hearing. Acuity. Oh, acuity. Okay, let me stop. You see my other English. All right, so that's what we'll be discussing today. So, what are the practical steps for starting a fast? Well, before we get started, have you fasted before? If you have, put it in the chat. If you haven't, put it in the chat. You know, what was the longest fast you've done? Did you do intermittent? Did you do the Daniel? Did you say, hey, I'm going no water, no food? Put it in the chat. I want to know. I want to hear it. Okay. So what we want to do first is prepare your mind. Mentally prepare for the fast by setting a clear intentions, managing expectations, and cultivating a positive mindset. Reflect on your reasons for fasting and visualize the benefits you hope to achieve. This is important. If you're coming into the Lord and you've never done this, but you've heard about it and maybe read in the Bible about Jesus fasting or Moses, Elijah, pray. And this is probably going to come up in here, but go ahead and pray. And the Holy Spirit, he will speak to you. Trust me. I wouldn't tell you something I haven't experienced. So the second thing we want to do is prepare the body. All right, let me adjust my microphone here. I feel like I'm a little too close. Or I might need to turn me down. Okay. Put me here, right here. Testing. Oh, yeah, that sounds better. All right, so second thing we want to do is prepare the body. Gradually reduce your calorie intake and adjust your diet in the days leading up to the fast. This helps minimize discomfort and ease of transition. Increase your intake of hydrating and nutrient-dense foods. So, you have some people before the day that they fast, they will drink prune juice. That's gonna, when you're walking down a hall and you feel something fall, diarrhea, that's gonna go ahead and get your body prepared. Or maybe you could do like 3 days before you fast, just juice. Again, that's still cleansing the body. You wanna prepare your body. Don't sit here and be fat and order a large pizza. I'm speaking about myself. It's me. I'm the one that did this. When I first was fasting, I said, you know what? I don't want to feel this. I'm pretty sure my body's going to feel weak. So I said, well, maybe if I get a large pizza and I just stuff myself, I'll be fine. No. There were some times, and I'm letting you know this has happened multiple times, where I've literally ordered pizza before I fast. And, first time, it came out. It came out as when you're walking down a hall and you feel something fall. Then there's when you just don't listen, because now you're getting into the gist of God, you're vibing, you're chilling. And, he may tell you, no, don't do that. Don't you dare. Don't order that pizza there, fatty. And yeah, so I did. And constipation. So when this is saying, let me grab my pen here. Okay, hold on. Pen. Okay. So when this is saying this helps minimize discomfort and ease the transition, this is true. This is true. If you can't tell, I'm having flashbacks. Because what happens is when you become constipated in your colon, it doesn't want to open up. Or like you're pushing in your colon or your booty hole, open up a little bit, and you just got a little turtle. And the turtle head is not out all the way for it to say, okay, I'm coming out. It's like when you just retract, it just says, whoop, sucked back in. Oh my goodness. So most likely you'll end up breaking the fast because you're constipated. It's horrible. You may be able to get through the first day. Now, if you get through the first day and you're feeling okay, but guy, for real, if you're constipated, you're gonna have to break this fast, because you shouldn't have ate the pizza. You shouldn't have eaten the pizza. Okay? So you want to prepare your body, like for real. Next thing we want to do is select appropriate foods. Choose whole, unprocessed foods that are easy to digest, such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Avoid heavy, fatty, or sugary foods that can be difficult to process during a fast. Yeah. Look, see, before we even got to the next slide, I already told you. It's great to eat. Like, oh, you know what's really good? Lentils. Oh my goodness. Lentils are so good. Some curry lentils. Ooh, with some fresh tomatoes. Chop them things up. And with some celery, some red onion, some garlic, some fresh herbs like sage, thyme, salt, pepper. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. That's something you want to eat if you're going to eat before the fast. And drink water too. You do want to hydrate yourself before this fast, man. Don't be being on top of being fat with the pizza, my guy. Don't go out here and then drink some soda with that. And then you say, you know what? Holy Spirit, I'm ready. No, your mind. See, you've prepared your mind, but your body is telling me no. Thank you, God, for blessing me with this gift to teach your people about fasting. You knew what you were doing, even though I didn't know. I didn't think I was going to like this, but you're funny. Yeah, prepare. Okay. Lastly, but not really, there's other steps, but I'm just, giving you the gist. Gist. Okay. Create a fasting schedule. Oh, this is important. For real. Like this. Let me read it, and then I'm going to go into it. So we want to decide on the duration of your fast, all right? Whether it is a 16-hour intermittent fast or a 24-hour fast or a multi-day fast, establish a consistent schedule and stick to it to maximize the benefits. My goodness. Did you hear that? Establish a consistent schedule and stick to it to maximize the benefits. I'm going to tell you why that's important. Are you ready for the why? Here's the why. Because guess what? It's a lifestyle. Fasting is not a diet. Being with Jesus is not a diet. I mean, yeah, you're going to lose weight. Yeah, your body's going to heal itself. But Jesus is not a diet. And he's calling you. This is why this whole thing is created. Run fast for your life. Fasting. Because God told me there are a lot of his people, his chosen people out there that are fat, disgusting, and wide. And I want to let you know that says that in the Bible. He said they got fat, disgusting, and wide. But just to be, I guess, a little nice about it. Y'all in obese bodies, my guy. He can't work with you in a obese body. That means you're saying, belly, you are my God. I worship you, earth food. And we don't want to worship earth food. Does it taste good? Yeah. Look, I was like, God, why does sin taste so delicious? I got angry because I love to eat. I love this sacrifice that I'm doing right now for the kingdom, for the people, for the sheeple. Just know, okay, be glad you didn't get called to do this. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way, but like I this is me, like this is what I have to do. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is, there are going to be others where you're going to do this too. You got to be on a schedule because it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle and it's permanent. I mean, you barely hear about Jesus eating. We hear about the fast and all that stuff. He even says something on the lines of, I think one of his disciples asked him, did anybody bring him food or did he want food? And Jesus responded, the food that I'm eating is not, and I'm going to butcher this, but I'm just going to put it in England. Well, I'm not trying to mess up your own words, God, but you know what? Let me not. That's why we have smartphones. I'm going to read to you the verse. Oh, I thought I could speak to, expedite this, but Bible verse where hold on. Bible verse where Jesus says that the Father is food. Okay, so this is John 4:34. He said, "My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work." This is from the New International Version. So he wasn't saying, yeah, let me go ahead and partake in this all the time human food that is deceitful, Yeah. I'm going to tell you it's not easy. I mean, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. It's not easy. It's frustrating. It's tough. But the more that you do it, when you start breaking your fast, and we're going to get into this, how to break a fast safely, and you start getting into your gist of establishing a consistent schedule for fasting, you're going to be ready. You're going to be excited. You're like, okay, I actually want to go back to you now, because you just realize like the world is just so overwhelming. And the amount of concentration that you get when you fast, I always say, guy, once you hit day 4, you're a whole nother animal. Because it already takes 3 days for the food to just digest in your stomach. So you're not going to be that, wild and crazy and cranky. Oh, but day 4, my guy, if you're going past day 3, maybe you're going on a 10, maybe you're going on a 20. I was logging in to set everything up, and this girl said, I fasted for 40 days. I'm going to watch that video after I'm done with this. What type of fast did you do? Did you only do water? There's so many things. What we're doing is we're becoming one with the Lord. We are becoming in union with Jesus Christ. One body. Okay? All right. So, setting up spiritual goals. Oh, yeah, baby. I hope that you got your notepads and your pens and your pencils, or your smartphone and your tabby. Okay. So, personal reasons for fasting. We want to reflect on your personal motivations for fasting, such as seeking spiritual growth, strengthening your relationship with God, or overcoming specific challenges. This is why we want to set spiritual goals. We want to establish clear, measurable goals for our fasting. I don't like the word journey, but we'll put it in here because that was a weird noise. Yeehaw. Okay, focus. All right, so I guess we can call it a journey because that's what it is. I'm going to tell you why I like the word journey and I don't like the word journey, because today, people, more specifically women, oh, I'm going on a journey. I'm going on a self journey. God, you can't go on a self journey. How are you going to go on a self journey and then try to teach yourself? You gotta think about this. You got to detox your mind from things where people are like, oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. You can't. When you go on a journey, you need a teacher. You can't do this journey by yourself, because you know what? It's crazy because people go on these journeys and then what are they doing? They're on YouTube, they're on Google, they're on Reddit, they're on TikTok. They're all trying to search something. And then they say, okay, well, that sounds good. I'm gonna go with that. And then they come across something else. They're like, that actually sounds better. That fits me more. That's, I'm gonna say it. It's like the LGBTQ, I'm sorry, not sorry, because I don't even understand all these letters anymore. I remember it was just like LGBT. I can get that far, but everything else, I can't, I don't want to. So look at that. How many times have people changed their pronouns? First you're she, him, he, she. Then you're they, them. Then you're, what are we doing? This is why, again, this is why people are having identity crisis. And this is not even aimed only towards the LGBTQ community, but even towards, we can even put heterosexuals out there. When you have mental breakdowns and, you're hearing all these different voices. Now, that's true. Believe these people when they're telling you that they have different voices going on in their head. They're not lying. Think about the story of the man. Jesus was walking, minding his own business, and the man that was possessed with many demons. And do you know what his name is? Legion. And you know what he says? We go by, what is it? He didn't say we go by many names. He said his name, it's many of us. Like, it's multiple of us. We're like one body. So this is why you have people having identity crisis, because they are not turning to Jesus. Jesus has your life. He knows you, but you need to know you. You can't find you by yourself. Whoever finds his life, you might as well just die. But whoever dies to find his life, you're going to have eternal. Let me read it to you. Okay, this is in Matthew. It's so beautiful. I'll move my keyboard. Today, we're going to try not to display the whole entire presentation. Okay. All right, let's get us in good old Matthew. God surprises me. When I'm doing these, he sets everything up. I know some of you are going to be like, what do you mean he sets everything up? Like, he's not here. Oh, he's here. He's here. Okay. He sets these presentations up. Okay. And when I was doing this one with him, I was like, you know what? Oh, God, this is going to be an easy one right here. We're not going to be out here for 2 hours. And, I don't know how long this is going to be. I have accepted, and I feel like that's the other thing too. God is tired of being put on a time frame. You go to church and you're like, okay, we'll have you out in 45 minutes, an hour. No, Jesus is like, I need to teach you. Imagine just, I'm telling you, baby phase is over. All right, Matthew, okay. I'm going to read this to you, beautiful people. And that's why I said this journey thing is dangerous, because you're going to end up running to the devil. And the devil, he know a little bit about your life too. Okay? So he can start revealing some things to you. And you're like, oh, wow, yeah, I do like that. I remember that. Remember I was thinking about that. All right, I definitely went too far. I'm in like the resurrection. Like, okay, well, I thought it was. I know it's not Matthew 5, because that talks about that the Torah is not abolished. Okay. Oh, I was right here. Okay, here we are. This is, I'm reading from the Complete Jewish Bible. This is Matthew 10, verse 38. And anyone who does not take up his execution stake and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his own life will lose it. But the person who loses his life for my sake will find it. You know what that means? That means giving up your desires. That means, I know the type of people that Jesus is pulling in here. So that means you got to stop being fat. For real, you got to stop overeating. I'm struggling right now. I'll be very honest with you, because this is an everyday thing, almost every day, but it's 22 days. Okay. And, I really love to eat. Look at I ate my stomach. I love to eat, but if I know that if I keep giving into my own desires, like this year it was rough, and it's just January. Last year, man, I was good. I was like, but God has moved me into a position. He's done some things, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna start giving you back some stuff. I'm gonna start blessing you because of your obedience. And it's crazy because I've been being fat, and I'm like, you know what, God, I'm not happy. because I did all this fasting, and it's like, when you start getting things back and you try to go back to what you used to do, it doesn't feel good. It's very miserable. That's what that is right now. It's like, it's hard. Like, I'm not here to sugarcoat this for you, but you're called for this. And it's because he knows you can do it. And Christians, they need to really start telling people, like, when they say, oh, come up to the altar, give your life to the Lord. And when you do this, it's going to be tough. That's the real life. Jesus, like, look, you ain't got to sugarcoat me. Okay. I'm real. He is love. He is your friend. He wants to walk. He actually really wants to just give you your life. And he wants you to go where he's going. It says it in Revelations. Once the great judgment day, he's like, okay, these group of people right here, these sheep that are in the book of life, let's go. We're going to be transported into a whole nother room with a new earth. There's a new heaven, like how it was supposed to be in the beginning. So I'm here to tell you, you know it. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this video. You know you have to stop being fat and stop allowing your belly to be your God. Next thing, achievable fasting objectives. So ensure your fasting goals are realistic and within your compatibilities, taking into account your current spiritual practices, physical health, and lifestyle commitments. Now, I look at this for someone that maybe is a new believer in Jesus and you don't really quite have that strong connection yet. And you're like, you know what? You said if I knock, you'll answer. And you want to go on this fast. I recommend a intermittent. Maybe you could do like, and I hate you have to say stuff like this. I am not a professional. Don't sue me. Do your own research. Okay. Listen to God. I'm giving you my recommendations. Okay. So maybe start, I don't know if you eat chicken in the morning. Don't eat that chicken in the morning. Maybe eat it later on in the evening or vice versa. Maybe substitute the chicken for vegan meat. Vegan chicken. Vegan meat is actually really good. I felt like I just saw someone's face just be like, ugh, vegan food is delicious, just so you know, okay? Maybe substitute that real chicken for some vegan chicken, all right? Be realistic. Don't overdo it. Don't hurt yourself, for real. Because now if God hasn't called you to say, okay, do a 10-day fast, no water, no food, don't start your life out like that. Don't do it. I believe you would survive, but just start to build this relationship. Start to build your immune system and your mind. That's what we talked about. I'm just going to go to that slide very quickly. We're going to get back to where we were. But see, you want to prepare your mind. Mentally prepare for the fast by setting clear intentions, managing expectations, and cultivating a positive mindset. Reflect on your reasons for fasting and visualize the benefits you hope to achieve. Be real with yourself. Don't set yourself up for failure. You don't want to do that. And the last one here for setting spiritual goals is guiding your fasting journey. So use your identified personal reasons and specific goals to create a roadmap that will guide you through your fasting experience, helping you stay focused and stay on track with your spiritual intentions. Period. I'm gonna let you know that's the first time I've ever said that. Period. I'm weird. I think it's period. Okay. Next. So when you're doing this fasting, you want to maintain focus for real. Because you know that neighbor that never cooks, or maybe you're in an apartment and you know you're the only one that's always cooking. For some reason, it's like they're like, ooh, he's on a fast. How dare he dare? How dare she dare? They start cooking, and that food comes through your vents. I'm only speaking from experience. I'm like, no. Or maybe they order takeout food, and it's Chinese, your favorite, and somehow that takeout food, the smell was so strong, it creeped through the vents. This is what you got to be strong, my guy, because sin tastes delicious. Why? Because that's what we gave. We did that. We ate the fruit. Well, not you and I, but sin doesn't taste nasty. Isn't that crazy? What tastes nasty is when we want to give up our desires. That's when you're like, oh, this is disgusting. I just want to throw up. I need my desires because they taste good. My good guy Saul, he says, now I do everything I hate. Yeah, I came across that when I was fasting. That made me feel better. He said, oh, what a miserable creature I am. I was like, oh, I can relate. I understand this. I resonate with this. But the crazy thing is, you don't actually really hate it. Sin actually tastes disgusting. It was a lie. It was a manipulation. In life, putting your desires away actually really tastes good. Because you're not about self anymore. You're like, I want to help people. I want other people to be saved like I was saved. Generosity, patience, love, strength, clarity, discernment, discipline, life. All those positive words you get to experience. And the biggest one you get to experience is peace. Some of y'all felt peace and you sabotaged it. It felt too good to be true. That's what they say. A lot of women, oh my gosh, I just left him. It was too nice. Felt too good to be true. I don't know if men do that, but I know we do. I'm a woman. So during a fast, it can be challenging to maintain focus and stay motivated. Regular prayer is your best friend. And you know who that is? The Holy Spirit. Well, Jesus, but the Holy Spirit, man, he's going to get you through it. Meditation. This type of meditation is not the meditation of the world where they teach you how to empty your mind. No, this meditation is to fill your mind with the word. Protect yourself in self-reflection, meaning that it's going to hurt, meaning that you're going to have to face some things that you've suppressed for so long that you didn't even know they were still there. And you're trying to figure out, well, why am I flipping out like this? And you're legit trying to figure out, why are you flipping out like this? And you don't know why. You can't even find it. He's going to start revealing what's been deep in your heart. So this can help you stay centered on the track. So you want to do regular prayer, meditation, and self-reflection. Definitely journal. You're going to need it. These practices can provide a sense of clarity, purpose, and inner peace that can sustain you throughout the fasting period. All of that is just so true. So we're gonna dive a little deep here in a Bible verse. This is Psalm 28:8, and it reads, depending on which version you are reading from, Yahweh is the strength of his people. He is a fortress of salvation for his anointed one. Ooh. Let's go ahead and dig in that. So I want to give you guys an understanding of Psalm 28:8 in the context of fasting. Okay. First thing we're going to discuss is Yahweh as the source of strength. The next thing is a fortress of salvation, and for his anointed one. So, first one, fasting redirects focus from physical reliance. Oh, no. Let me go back. I got to pull out my pen. And it went to the next slide. Okay. Let me drink some water too because I'm parched. Oh, man. You know what's crazy too? When you start falling, okay, you start falling into the enemy's trap, you start to realize like a lot of this food purposely makes you thirsty. In a way, like you're just drinking, like now it's like, you're like, why am I so thirsty? And you could be drinking so much water and it's just like, they design it that way, man. It's crazy. It's madness. This is Sparta. Okay, so fasting redirects focus from physical reliance to spiritual dependence. Oh, and when I'm trying to tell you guys, when he creates these, some of this stuff, like I'm reading it because I'm like, okay, we got to get it right. But then it starts hitting when I have to sit here and like meditate with it. And that's just so beautiful because that's true. Fasting redirects focus from physical reliance to spiritual dependence on Yahweh, who provides inner fortitude to persevere. So this is true. You're gonna find yourself literally just naturally going to God. And when I'm fasting, I'll say, because there may be a little whisper that's gonna sit here and say to me, hey, you want to eat? I know you want to. I know what you like. And you're like, I can just, it's every time I'm like, Lord, you are my food, you are my bread, you are my water, you are my wine, you're everything. My body is hungry for you. Feed me. And then I would stop, like that voice would just slowly just move away because I'm saying, I don't want to eat you. I want to eat the word of God. And you start to realize it really is food, man. You start really feeling full. There's going to be times where you're like all day in the Bible. You're like, what? You said that? Because what happens, and he started opening up your eyes. And then when he starts opening up your eyes, he starts opening up your ears. And then you're hearing, you're like, oh my goodness, Jesus, you're talking to me. And it's like, first it's going to sound a little, he is authority. He's very authoritative. But the more you start building a relationship with him, it's like friendly. That's like the little things. You could be like, okay, should I wear the yellow? Should I wear the red? Red. Because maybe that red's going to draw that person in. Maybe that person will never to come and talk to you, or maybe you might have to approach that person. And had you had on a different color, they probably would have just said, get away from me. But maybe that's their favorite color. Maybe they have that shirt and they're like, oh, okay, I can relate. The whole point of doing this fasting is one, to strengthen you. Okay. Because you got to bring in disciples. You are meant to bring in more disciples. So then they can bring in more disciples. So then they can bring in more disciples. Because what we're doing, we're building a body. Okay. I could be, I don't know, an arm. But if I need to grab something, I can't really do too much. Like this, what am I getting? This is the most I might be able to get is a hug. You know that hug? But I need a hand. And you, my good friend, you're the hand. So now you are attached to me and I'm attached to you, but we need some fingers. So then guess what? We start getting fingers. We're like, ooh, we are building. We're like a baby in a womb. We're just all coming together into a whole entire body, like Transformers, England's. Well, they like in disguise, but you're not really in disguise. You're out in the open. So, for real, I really crack myself up by myself. So, oh yeah. Yeah. There's nothing else that will be able to satisfy this. I'm telling you, when you go into this fast, you're going to realize even you don't even make you happy. You're going to realize how boring you are, really. It's only in God. Because you know what starts happening too? He start throwing you in visions. He starts coming up in the dreams, showing you things. That's my favorite part. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and it's so cool. It's like, you got to give it a go. I'm telling you, it's for real. It's cool. Next thing, a fortress of salvation. Fasting becomes a spiritual battle. Fasting becomes a spiritual battle where Yahweh is the fortress shielding the individual from distractions, temptations, and attacks from the adversary. I'm saying this wrong. Hold on here. My mind is like adversary. There we go. Adversary. I'm telling you, struggle out here. This is true. This is what I was saying. Like, you can't fight this. You've never been able to fight it. You've never been able to fight the attacks. And those are baby attacks. You'll realize that they're baby attacks when you start becoming in union with Jesus. You don't want to fight the devil. The devil will beat you up every single time. If you, by your own strength, try to fight the devil, you're going to lose. He's good, man. He's good. He's smooth. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. I could have been a singer. See, I know how to work the mic. Make my voice go ooh, 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 like fasting. This is true. And you know what? You know what you can add to this? The armor of God. This is in Ephesians, I believe 6. Let me verify for you sheeple. Just so you can look this up, because this is true. This is a whole entire battle, my guy. Yes, Ephesians 6. If you want to sit here and look up the armor of God, I'm just going to read you this one little important verse, okay? When he says in here, shielding the individual, which is you and I, from distractions, temptations, attacks from the adversary. This is true. I'm going to read it to you. Give you evidence, okay? This is Ephesians 6:12. For we are not struggling against human beings, but against the rulers, authorities, and cosmic powers governing this darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm. So take up every piece of war equipment God provides, so that when the evil day comes, you will be able to resist. And when the battle is won, you will be standing. I'm going to keep going here. Therefore, stand. Have the belt of truth buckled around your waist. Put on righteousness for a breastplate, and wear on your feet the readiness that comes from the good news of shalom. Shalom means peace. Always carry the shield, my guy. Let me pause there. Okay? What do we read right here? Fasting becomes a spiritual battle where Yahweh is the fortress shielding the individual. You know how cool this sounds here? Let me read it. Let me read it so you can feel the excitement that I'm feeling. Okay? Always carry the shield of trust with which you pray. Hold on here. Always carry the shield of trust with which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Shoop, 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 shots. He said, I'm going to shield you. The enemy is not playing. Like, y'all don't understand the amount of authority and power. Oh, let me finish, because that was not it. But I want to, okay. Let me finish this for you good people, okay? So we got the shield, along with the sword given by the Spirit, that is the word of God. When I told you, look at that. What did we say here? Spiritual dependency on Yahweh, who provides inner fortitude to persevere. Yep. Ephesians 6. It's imperative. I'm not telling you anything that's not in the Bible, my guy. Lastly, for this one right here, for his anointed one, how can that play into fasting? Fasting is an act of concentration. Whoa. Oh, that's deep, God. Well, that's deep right there. You ain't lying. Fasting is an act of concentration where the believer identifies as Yahweh's anointed, seeking his salvation, guidance, and empowerment. God damn. Yo, God, just be surprised. Concentration. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's real right there, guys. I'm going to tell you that. That's for real. When I tell you that there will be a voice that will whisper in your ear, it won't even yell at you. It's going to whisper in the most pretty, sexiest voice and say, did you happen to see that McDonald's ad? You're like, what McDonald's ad? And all of a sudden you look and there's a McDonald's ad. You're like, oh. Did you see that burger that you like, eh? Did you see your Chick-fil-A tenders? Maybe your ramen noodles? Maybe your chicken leg? Mm-hmm. Did you see that bottle of alcohol right there? You know, it's your favorite, dark Captain Morgan. Did you see that? Oh, man. Did you smell that? Did you smell that weed? Oh, that's strong. Oh, that smells so good. I know, did you, let me open up your nostrils. You smell it, right? Right? Then you start having a conversation with this voice. You're like, yeah, I do. Well, you know it's right around the corner. Then you go buy you something there. Next thing you know, your feet are leading you. You're not even leading you at this point. Your feet's leading you. Go get that bottle of liquor. Go get that nice, fresh weed buds so you can grind them yourself. Get your little paper, your weed rolly-upper. Lay that thing. Roll that thing. Light that thing. Stop. It's real. You have to understand that you're not fighting against yourself. You're not even fighting against your own humans. You're fighting against the cosmic powers. You're fighting against demons that you can't see. Some of y'all can see them in real time. They're very ugly, horrible, disgusting. Their eyes are just white. They have no pupils, it's just white because they have light. But soon they will not have light. But anyways, you want to guard your mind for real. These people don't care about you. That's why you see all these advertisements. The best one I could use is like, you see food advertisement, all of a sudden you're hungry. You were never hungry. You were doing just fine. And then they don't care about you. They can get your mind. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right. So fasting, we're on our next slide here. Fasting and spiritual strength. So what happens when you fast? These are the things that's going to happen. Physical, look at her face. She wasn't prepared. Either this looks like a face that went through it. And somebody asked her, hey, friend, you want to fast? And she's like, that's that face right there. Mm-hmm. This is what's going to happen to you. Physical weakness, spiritual strength. Okay? You will be physically weak. You will. Literally. I can't even. You think that when you get hungry and you haven't ate for like, I don't know, 3 hours, or you're a cigarette smoker, you know how you're like feeding for that cigarette? Oh, you ain't seen nothing. But in that same aspect, you're going to develop spiritual strength because you're feeding the Holy Spirit. Okay? As the body grows weaker during fasting, the soul becomes more attuned to Yahweh's voice. Psalms 28:8 reinforces that true strength comes not from physical nourishment, but from spiritual reliance on Yahweh. What does physical nourishment do? It all makes you tired. And what sucks about it, it's fleeting. It's not permanent. You eat your fat pizza and you feel full. Then you're like, okay, I'm going to lay down. Then you lay down and you wake up and you immediately, you know you have some slices left. So then you go, because like your body is feeding. You know when you get full, your body's feeding for that because you're running from something. You don't want to face it. You got to face it. He can't use you if you don't face it. How can you be relatable? I would not, if somebody's telling me about Jesus and I can't relate to them, why am I here? Jesus is even relatable to us. Do you know? Do you know he prayed to the Father? He said, knock, knock. It's your son, Jesus. So I know that I'm supposed to do this whole thing, like, I'm supposed to do this sacrifice my life type of thing for like all these humans. Do you think you might be able to pass this cup? But look, if it's not, like, don't let my will be done. Let your will be done. You know what happened? We all know what happened because we're here. He ate that. Like literally, he ate that. And he was even on the cross. He said, Father, why have you forsaken me? Like, these are like the two most human. I'm like, yo, like, what? Even Jesus asked the Father, can you give this cup to somebody else and you're the only son? I'm not, this is it's you're being relatable. And a lot of you guys have stories that you have to tell because it's going to bring disciples. And then it could be the same people that's going to be, because you don't know what God's going to do. You don't know if he's going to build you a whole team, and you're going to need people on your team, and those same people that you're helping, maybe they're supposed to be on your team and you guys collaborate together. It's important. You have a story you have a story, So the next one is protection and fasting. Oh, yes. Yes. Just as Yahweh is described as a fortress in this verse, fasting individuals experience his protection and salvation from spiritual battles and distractions. This is true. Do I even have my pen out? No. Yeah. Individuals experience protection. You want that. And salvation? Like, what you got me? There's many times that I cried. Many times I yelled at God. Many times I thanked God. But in this process of this just first happening, I was not happy. I didn't want to do this by myself. And it is what it is, okay? God's going to call some people where you are. It's just going to be you and him. And then there's going to be some individuals where God is like, okay, I'm going to put you with somebody so you can partner with them. Don't turn that down. I'm here to tell you, honestly, fasting by yourself, because my dad was supposed to do this with me. I really believe that my dad was supposed to be in this. We're supposed to be doing this thing together, run fast for your life. where he's in here a couple episodes and we're doing a father and daughter thing. And, before this launch, because God gave me this last year. And so it's, it's tough. It's tough when other people don't do what they're supposed to do. And hopefully they'll come around. But like I said, man, this is not easy. Don't come into this thinking that it's easy. God's love language is obedience. And you have to earn his trust. You have to have a heart for him like David. You have to want God so bad. Even to put your own pride to the side, even when you knew or that you messed up, that you're not abandoning God. Like you're coming to him in your prayer room and maybe your prayer might be short. Maybe you might be like, God, I don't really want to be here, but I'm here because I serve you and I respect you. I've said that when I knew I messed up, and it's because I was embarrassed. Sometimes it was because I was angry. Sometimes it was because it was both. But I said, I'm still going to show up because you're still here with me. You've never left me. You saved me. You're blessing me. You show me I can survive with you. Like, I don't need anything else. I don't need anybody else. So protection, this is very true. You'll know it. It may not feel like it, but when you get out of your funk, you're gonna thank God and be like, wow, like you really protected me and you're still protecting me. So fasting as worship. Oh, yes. By fasting, believers acknowledge Yahweh as their ultimate source of strength and salvation, aligning with the message of this psalm. We have angels that are assigned to us. And when we speak in tongues, that just gets them very excited. And then when we worship, gets them even more. That's like their food because they don't really eat, Okay. Hebrews 1. He's really, I feel like this is also a time where when people thought that everything was, what they call it, I don't know what I want to say, Ghostbusters. That's not what I'm trying to say. What is it called? Theory? What is it? Something theory. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Put it in the chat. They're not theories. They're truth. There's really spirits walking among us, man. And then I'm just having flashbacks. So let me find Hebrews. It speaks about angels. Because angels are designed to worship. Oh, no. My keyboard, I forgot to move it. All right, let me find this. I can read it to you guys, okay? All right, I'm just going to read the whole thing. All right. Now, these are some Hebrew words in here. I don't know how to pronounce them, but I'll just start here. I'm going to start Hebrews 1. Okay, so just start from the beginning. Okay, Hebrews 1. In days gone by, God spoke to many in varied ways to the fathers through the prophets. But now, this is a Hebrew word here, and I don't want to do you guys not. I'm going to look it up. I don't know what this word means, but I feel like, I don't know if that means end times, but it may very well be. So let me look this up. I know you guys are enjoying this, so you're not going to be like, yeah. Even if you do, suck it up. Because you're getting free knowledge. Come, eat for free, buy for free. It's all free. Okay. ACH. Who's a lady? I am. Okay. ACHAR. ACH. Oh, I was right. Excuse me. I was right. The end days. Okay. Oh, man. In the days gone by, God spoke in many and varied ways to the fathers through the prophets. But now, in the end days, he has spoken to us through his Son, to whom he has given ownership of everything and through whom he created the universe. The Son is the radiance of God's pretty much holiness. This is a Hebrew word here. The very expression of God's essence, upholding all that exists by his powerful word. And after he had, through himself, made purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of God, the Father. So he has become much better than angels, and the name God has given him is superior to theirs. For to which of the angels did God ever say, "You are my son, today I have become your father"? Also, God never said to any angel, "I will be his father and he will be my son." And again, when God brings his firstborn into the world, he says, "Let all God's angels worship him." Indeed, when speaking of angels, he says, "Who makes his angels winds and his servants fiery flames?" But to the Son, he says, "Your throne, O God, will last forever and ever. You rule your kingdom with a scepter of equity. You have loved righteousness and hated wickedness. Therefore, O God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of joy and preference to your companions. Preference. And in the beginning, Adonai, you laid the foundation of the earth. Heaven is the work of your hands. They will vanish, but you will remain. Like clothing, they will all grow old, and you will fold them up like a coat. Yes, they will change like clothing, but you remain the same. Your years will never end. Moreover, to which of the angels has he ever said, "Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet"? Aren't they all merely spirits who serve, sent out to help those whom God will deliver? Ooh. Aren't they all merely spirits who serve, sent out to help those whom God will deliver? That's us. They're here to help us. How cool is that? It's freaking cool to me. You wanna start to be able to see your angels and communicate with them, because I'm pretty sure they want to communicate with us. Hey, they're literally here to help us, like protect us. When demons start showing up, they're like, all right. I have a little quote here from Sarah Johnson. Sarah Johnson said, "Fasting has completely transformed my life. I feel more connected to my spiritual self, and the physical benefits have been incredible. My energy levels have increased, and I have lost weight in a healthy and sustainable way." You have to understand that witches fast. I'm not saying this person, Sarah Johnson, is a witch, but I'm just letting you know that people that are not even believers of Jesus Christ understand the power of fasting. Okay? She said, "Connected to my spiritual self." In this day and age, they would say, "Oh, my higher self." I was one of those people. I was an earth worshiper. I was like, oh, my higher self, my higher self, my higher self. Isn't that, just think about that. My higher self. If it's myself, what is myself outside of myself? In that type of manner, why am I talking to myself? And it's myself. It's not because you don't have a higher self. You don't have a higher self. It's, now you may have a higher conscious awareness, but the higher self is, we can say, the Holy Spirit, okay? That's the proper way to say that. Because you're nothing. You either belong to Jesus or you belong to Satan. If you worship yourself, you are in the party of Satan, okay? When you're in the partnership with God, nothing is my. Jesus doesn't even speak. He's sharing. He's sharing. I mean, the Father left everything to him, and he says, you know what? I want to share this with my chosen people. He didn't choose, you didn't choose him. He chose you. Remember that. You're out there minding your business, and Jesus just popped up and said, hey, buddy, let's go. Let's do this. All right, so we got a checklist here. Some things we've discussed. We got one more thing to discuss. So fasting preparation checklist, spiritual considerations, okay? Again, I have to reiterate this because this is important. It's important. Reflect on your intentions and motivations for fasting. Engage in prayer, meditation, or other spiritual practices to prepare your heart and mind. Ensure you have a clear understanding of fasting protocol, including the duration, permitted foods, and any special instructions. Maybe you might want to inform your loved ones. They might say, you know what, I want to fast too. Communicate your fasting plan with family, friends, or colleagues to ensure their understanding and support during your journey. You might need to adjust your schedule. Review your calendar and make necessary adjustments to accommodate your fasting schedule, including work, social, and other commitments. Hydration and nutrition. Prepare a plan for maintaining proper hydration and nourishment during the fasting period, including the selection of suitable foods and beverages. And you want to definitely rest and self-care. Prioritize rest. It's funny because, you wait. You put it in comments. Relaxation and self-care activities to support your physical and mental well-being throughout the fasting process. Don't overdo it though, for real, because your body, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to set a plan. I'm speaking to God. Because you know what even though I've been eating, what happens is, okay, I work, I come here. When I overeat, I just feel like it's so hard to breathe. Because it's like all this fat, and normally you would just lay down. I can't do this. Is annoying. I feel for real, I feel like I'm just out of breath. We're almost here though, but okay, we just breathe. Just gotta breathe. Okay, so prioritize rest, relaxation, and self-care activities to support your physical and mental well-being throughout the fasting process. So we understand we need to set goals, all right? Determine the reasons and the objectives for fasting. Plan your fast, and you guys can screenshot this. Decide on the type of fast, duration, and any dietary restrictions you'll follow during the fasting period. Prepare your body. Gradually reduce your food intake if this is your first time. You know what? I didn't do somebody justice. On this first one, I'm going to read the whole thing. I didn't read the whole thing. So the first one, let me just start from the beginning. Set goals. Determine your reason and objectives for fasting, such as weight management, spiritual enlightenment, or improve metabolic health. Fasting, you could come in that alliance with God, your body's going to heal. Trust me. Plan your fast. Decide on the type of fast, duration, and any dietary restrictions you'll follow during the fasting period. Prepare your body. Gradually reduce your food intake and adjust your sleeping and activity patterns to ease into the fasting state. Entering the fasting state. As you stop consuming calories, your body will begin to transition into a fasted state, utilizing stored fat for energy. And it goes into a autopathy, AUTOPATHY. Well, you might not know what I'm trying to say, but what that is the regeneration of cells, good cells, like cells you've been missing to keep you healthy and alive so you can complete this mission. Experience the benefits. Oh yes, during the fast, you may experience increased mental clarity. It ain't no may, you will. Reduce inflammation and other positive psychological changes. Lastly, end the fast safely. And that will be the last thing that we talk about. When the fasting period is complete, gradually reintroduce food to your diet to avoid digestive issues or rebound weight gain. Yeah, so my fat self ate a pizza, and when I ended the fast, my fat self ate a pizza, and it was horrible. It sucked. Constipation, yet again, never failed. It was horrible. So, ending the fast properly. Speaking of it, gradually reintroduction of food. Avoid abruptly reintroducing solid foods after a fast, as this can shock the digestive system and lead to discomfort or even harm. Gradually reintroduce food, starting with easy digestible items like broths, juice, soft fruit, lentils, dates. Yeah, okay. The next one, hydration is key. And we're talking about ending a fast properly. Okay. Maintain proper hydration throughout the fasting and refeeding process. This is literally giving your body human food. Drink plenty of water. Herbal teas and electrolyte-rich beverages to ensure your body is replenished and functioning optimally. You want to listen to your body. Pay attention to how your body responds to the reintroduction of food. If you experience discomfort, bloating, or other adverse reactions, slow down the process and consult with a healthcare professional. Or you can just speak to God. Nutrient-dense foods. Choose nutrient-dense whole foods, not GMO, my guy, when breaking your fast, such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Maybe if you do like lean, okay. Avoid heavily, I don't know, something just popped in my mind. Some people might be like, okay, meat, don't eat no heavy meat, guy. Quite frankly, if you think fish, something light, tuna, like don't go out here and eat a whole cow. Don't do that. Maybe turkey meat. Maybe make like little turkey patties or something. But to me, lentils are really good. I'm trying to tell you, they do something to you. And ginger, fresh ginger, root, keep the skin on, don't peel it. Avoid heavily processed or high sugar foods that can overwhelm your system. You don't want to do that. I did that too. Excuse me, hold on here. Not only have I been through many fasts, but I was like, okay, well, can't do pizza. Let me just donuts. I break a fast and get donuts. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Backed up again. So avoid heavily processed or high sugar foods that can overwhelm your system. You don't want to do that. Incorporate probiotics. Consume probiotic-rich foods or supplements to help restore the balance of the gut bacteria and support healthy digestion during the refeeding process. Okay. Thank you. We made it. Oh my, we've made it. We've made it towards the end. I want to thank you. Put in the comments, how did this make you feel? Is this like, hey, England, Messiah? I'm not calling myself because it's me and the Messiah. Okay. Is this what we're doing? Are you going to pray? Are you going to say, Lord God, I want to do this. I want to know who you are, and I want to know who I am. Who do you know me as? Who do they say I am? It's beautiful. I'm telling you, it's going to be the most liberating thing you could do in your whole entire life, is coming in alignment with God, for real. So I want to thank you. Tomorrow, day 16, my guy. I'm so excited. This is a process. And I thank you guys. If you've been watching the videos from when we first started till now, oh, you know. So again, thank you so much, and peace. Shalom, shalom.